Hi.
Hello.
So the host has given me the opportunity to present her topic. So
Why are you insisting it's my
it's
topic?
your topic, it's
It's
not my
topic of
topic. Okay, the
discussion.
host has given me the privilege to
Your voice is entering
this topic
between.
of discussion. So I am Imitezi Chikodi and she's
Imitesiology Gloria.
okay.
For notice purpose, it's topic of discussion. We're not
Okay.
trying to apportion topics yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a podcast. You're here to
Mm,
share your opinion.
all right.
You get the point.
So for this particular topic, we're going to bring in two examples and they'll be from the Bible.
So what's the topic?
What's the topic?
Our topic today is trend versus bare minimum.
Okay.
Bare minimum in the sense that there are some things that is
Should be
expected.
considered normal and not
Yeah,
non-negotiable,
it's not non-negotiable. It's as if it's a very
or should not bring need for arguments.
yes. There should
And
not
some
be
things that are not
argument.
worth arguing, they're just the right
I
thing.
think it's similar to the topic we had during the feast of Passover and unleavened bread: expectation versus instruction.
Instruction.
The fact that you expect certain things does not mean is the right thing. The fact that you
Yes,
do certain things does
does
not
not
mean
make it
the
right.
standard. They get the point.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to know how we're going to place the topic, and Cody suggested which a very good example, which was it did not even come to my head, did not even come my head like that, and that is the example of Saul and David.
Mm-hmm.
So on one point, now that you're talking about it, something came to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So like you said that before we started the episode, David sinned against God, and immediately his mistake was being pointed out by Prophet Naaman. Is it Nathan?
Nathan.
Yeah. Immediately his mistake was being
Nathan.
pointed out by Prophet Is it Nathan or
Nathan. Nathan.
Nathan? So he immediately called like there was a space for repentance, there was a
Yeah,
space for growth.
remorse.
But for Saul, he gave an excuse, and
There
that was
was
when the Bible said,
always a justification from
yes,
his
a
end.
justification for mistake. I think Pastor had said that that is a greater sin. The fact that you do not
You first of all
realize,
sin, then try to give reasons why you committed that sin instead of finding possible solutions to not repeat it.
different possible solutions to not
Yes,
repeat it.
no.
So the point of this topic is for us to understand that we acknowledge that humans do make mistake. We acknowledge that it is not in our power. I think Pastor said something again yesterday. My pastor is speak brain away. Pastor said something yesterday that just like it's very impossible for the fish to not to stay in the water without drinking the water. That is how impossible it is for a human being to go without mistake or without sin. That is what makes us human. So we acknowledge the facts and the existence of sin. But the most important thing, what the Bible would not tolerate, what God will not tolerate,
It's
is
justifying why you
justification of your
just a
mistakes
justification.
or your sin. We need to point it out.
Okay.
So yeah, trend versus bare minimum. How do we relate this biblical example to what we're talking
Trends
about
versus
now?
so for trends versus very minimal, like she said, she has already introduced the Bible example David and Saul. If you look at the life of David, there were moments where he made mistake before before God even thought of punishing him, he will surrender. So be more surrendered than justified. David was always there to surrender and try to know where he did wrong, try to do better. But Saul, on the other hand, was always ready to give reasons. He was always ready to justify his sins. So it's not just being aware of your mistake, it's knowing how to correct them, knowing how to be better, not just excusing it. Why will you do rubbish and excuse it? No, for real now. You can't. I don't know. We're relating. We're relating it to the
So
trends to
yes,
Benny. Some
yeah.
people things that are expected, they'll be arguing it. They'll be like, "Why? Why will I do that?" But that's the right thing. Why are you asking on
Could it have
on the first place? Why are you asking why? When is it? So it's not like there's how you say this and I look as if you are being judgy, but that's
judgmental?
not the
Yeah.
point. The point is it's okay to do wrong, but how
Is
you
it
treat
okay? I don't think we should place it like that.
no, it's not like it's okay,
Mistake
but it's
happened.
human to
Yeah.
do wrong.
Yeah.
But knowing how to address your wrong matters more. It's not
Yeah.
the mistake, it's the
Addressing.
approach
Yeah.
towards the
Addressing your
mistake.
wrong.
You cannot just make mistake and act like it's normal to make mistake. Who told you it's normal? It's not normal.
Who told you it's not?
It's not.
Yeah.
So when you
So
make a mistake, there should be a remorse, there should be a feeling
an
to
action.
make it just the way you made the mistake, make a change. It's that simple. Don't just make mistake and forget that you're supposed to
Make a
change.
change, yeah.
Yeah.
So in regards to what Koti is saying too, because this is a thing, because people do certain things because they feel like that is why we title that thing trend. There is a thing of, oh, this person A do am, person go scot free, so B fit do am, and B no nothing do B, C
You not
fit do
forget
am.
what's
So you
right.
feel people now forget what the standard
You,
is.
you don't even give your brain room to make your own decisions. You
Decisions.
base your decisions
And I
on
think another thing that is
what you see.
affecting, sorry for cutting you short.
No
I
problem.
think another big influence on this is social media. People like that is the trend we're talking about. There is a lot of things we consume now. Nobody's limiting what they
And
consume.
during I went for a program. There was something a lady said about first mention. You know, when people see something pop up on the internet, they just assume someone's words to be information. Not everything you see on social media, your environment or surrounding is a right information. It could be anything, could be information, but
Information,
is it the right
right
one?
information.
It's left for you to go deeper and confirm and be like, this thing I just consumed, is it the right information? Is it the right kind of
Was it said
mindset?
properly?
Yes. Can I get my own review? Like that was that person's review. How about
What is
yours?
your own
That's what your
view on
brain
it?
is there for. You think and be like, what's my take on this? That's her take. What's my own take on it? So you bring your own view. You can't just see someone's view and make their view become your lens or make them become your reality. You saw from her lens, see from your own lens.
Yeah.
That's why God gave
And that
us
is how
brain.
that is where you don't understand what works for you. I think
Yeah.
another thing with the trend and bare minimum is the fact that people take people's trend,
Views
people take what work for people and
to
expect it
be
to
their
work for them.
reality.
You know, a very perfect example is when somebody was saying that they gave their all to tithe, and somebody now asked the person that, do you believe that if I give my all to this tithe, like I don't know if you heard of Isaac offering. Have you heard of that thing before? When somebody gave all they had in their account and God gave them like this big contract, and somebody saw that and the person went ahead to give all he had and God did not give them big contract.
Oh,
My
good.
point being, let's not that way. My point being is, if you don't understand the importance of first mention, if you don't understand the importance of going back to the drawing board, and what is the drawing board? I speak a lot about the Bible. I'm a very, very, very big advocate of going back to the Bible. The Bible will always be the best standard. Check any book, all the books I've been reading, I have seen similar illustration in the Bible when it comes to maintaining a lifestyle for you to develop. Even Pastor said something about that yesterday, that your destiny should look like your lifestyle. Let me say
True.
you they go this way, your lifestyle they go.
Destiny is a
It's a
lifestyle. You
lifestyle.
cannot say like he said something also about you see a woman selling akamu now. You not be like and she's making money. You not be
Money,
like,
same
oh,
thing.
this woman is making a lot of money in this akamu and you enter the business morning to
All your
night.
money don't
You
go.
kept looking like you're not gonna ask the woman, is this the same akamu you say you're making this money from? That's just like viewing life from another
Nothing's
person's
lens.
lens. View from your own lens.
It does not always
That's why
work.
everybody's destiny is different. Like Mama Monica said,
That
there
made
will
me
be
so
pepper, there will be so you have to
choose
choose
your
your choice.
hustle.
Yes, choose your hustle. Make your
Yeah.
choices right. Don't I'm sure people's own may influence yours, but that should not be the it should not be on the basis of that.
Yeah, your life should
Create
not be
create
built
your
on
own
people's,
standard,
yeah.
create your own basis on what you want for yourself.
And how to create your own business is going back to the drawing board. If we say we are believers of God, if we say that we believe in God, our basis should be based on what God has said. Our standard should be based on the standard God has set for us, which we may not always meet those standards. Mind you, we may not always meet those standards, but how you go back to the drawing, that is why introspection is very important. Going back to reflect on self, reflecting will now make you understand, oh, where am I lagging behind? Where am I moving forward? Where is my strongest fit? What is my weakest fit? If you don't go back to the drawing board to know all this, if you don't go back to your inner self, if you see another person, if you go on that another person drawing board, go look, and
Yeah.
you'll miss the road. And there's
Like
something Ibuka Oshika said. I can She said that when you are moving with somebody, you should understand that the destination is not similar. Your destination will be London, the other person will be the other person will be Dubai. Yours is London, the other person's own is Dubai. The route to London and the route to Dubai may be similar, but it's two different journey. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does what I'm saying make sense? So your own may be Lagos, the other person own will be Abuja. Let me use what we are familiar with. The distance, the locations, the view, the route, everything is different. And that is why we chose to speak about today's topic, trends versus
Versus
bare minimum. For you to understand that we are agreeing to the fact that humans are bound to make mistake, but how you make amends, how you work on those mistakes, how you
is what makes you
reflect
grow.
is what makes you your own person. Is there anything you want to add?
No, I just feel you should just focus on who you are. Like there are things that might influence your decisions, things that might influence your lifestyle. But just make sure that you don't make your lifestyle be about another person's lifestyle. Maybe something in that person's lifestyle may influence yours, but it should not be about it.
Okay.
You should
So
just you should just take the lesson and add and still be on your own lane without, you can take somebody's lesson now and leave your own lane now and say, okay, let me come and join this person now. Meanwhile, you might follow that person, and that person might keep going, and you might fall at some point because
because the
that
person
was
don't
never,
understand, say na
yes,
my
that was
route be
never
this.
your stand.
So let's dig out the garbage and do the sorting out. It's very important we do the sorting out too. I think we spoke about garbage in, garbage out. Whatever we consume, like I was trying to make a point, but I was cut short.
Sorry.
The social media has exposed us to a lot of things, but how you can be able to sieve the nonsense and what's the word? Sieve the nonsense and retain
The
the
wisdom, the
wisdom, the
sense.
sense in it is when you go back to the drawing board, is when you go back to the standard. And I will
Go back to
always recommend the
research.
Bible. I will always recommend the Bible. I don't know why I say this, but it's changed my life in ways that I cannot begin to mention. But I'm going to say this: 6 months of the Bible will take you from a certain level to a higher level that you cannot imagine. Okay, guys, please engage us in this conversation. Trend versus bare minimum on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and on YouTube. All across my social media platform, Oluchimi TZ. We are on Instagram, we are on TikTok. Experience Luchi. Engage us in this conversation. We want to know what the standard is. Do you want to say something? Why can they?
No, 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 no.
Okay, guys, I'm your host, Oluchi Gloria. Don't forget that God is love. Love is God. And I have today
Terima unveils.
terrible event is going to pop on the screen. Cody, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for honoring my invitation.
You're welcome.
Bye, guys.
Bye.